Hi everyone and welcome back again. So in this part of the series we are going to talk about one of the most used instructions when you are making projects, and it's if statement, because sometimes we need to check if something is happening, then we can do something else. For example, we can check if the temperature is greater than a certain value like 40 degrees, we can turn on fan, otherwise we can turn it off. So this is just one example. We are going to use this statement a lot. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notifications bell, and let's jump right into it. So to understand how if statements work, we are going to make an example. So in this video, you will need a potentiometer, which we have covered in the previous videos, and we are going to connect this LED. So we are going to check if the voltage that we read from the potentiometer is greater than a certain value like 4 volts. In such case, we can turn on the LED. Otherwise, so if the voltage that we are going to read from the middle lag is less than 4 volts, we are going to turn the LED off. So make sure to watch my video about the potentiometer and how to use it. The link is gonna be under the video description. So first of all, let's connect this potentiometer. So I will not explain it again. First of all, we are going to connect the 5 volts with the first leg. You could use the right one or the left one. Then let's go from the other leg of the potentiometer to the ground. So we are going to use the middle leg to read the voltage, which is going to be between 0 and 5 volts. It's changing when we are rotating the knob. So let's go from the middle leg of the potentiometer to one of the analog pins. So we use the analog pins to read the voltage, like A0. And let's write the code to do that. So first of all, we are going to declare the pin number using int, and let's call it read pin. I'm gonna give it the value A0. Also, we need a variable to put the read value using int read value. Then under the setup function, we can use the pin A0 as input using pin mode. Then we enter the pin number, which is read pin, and we will use it as an input to read the analog voltage. Then under the loop function, let's use the function analog read. This takes the analog pin, which is the read pin, and it's going to return a value between 0 and 1023, and it's the voltage. So let's put it inside the variable read value using read value equals what this function returns. Then we are going to check if the voltage is above 4 volts. In such case, we are going to turn the LED. So we need to convert this to a voltage. So let's create a float and let's call it voltage. Then to get the voltage, we need to convert the read value using voltage equals the read value. Here I am applying the rule of 3 to convert a number between 0 and 1023 to another number between 0 and 5 volts. And to do that, we multiply this value by 5 over the 1023 and make sure to add the points to make sure that this is a float. Now let's check if the potentiometer is working. We are going to display the voltage using the serial monitor, and as usual, to use the serial monitor, we use serial.begin. Then we enter the baud rate, which is 9600. And under here, to display the voltage, we use serial.println. Make sure to spell that right. And let's pass in the voltage. Then I'm gonna upload the code. And to see the value of the voltage, we need to open up the serial monitor, which is under tools, then serial monitor. And here we have the baud rate. Make sure it's 9600. And as you can see, it's reading 0 volts. So let's rotate this knob. The voltage is changing. And if we rotate it all the way to the right, it's reading 5 volts. So it's working. Now we are going to check if the voltage is greater than 4. Like in this case, we are going to turn on the LED, and if it's less than 4 volts, we will turn it off. And to do that, let's connect our LED to one of the digital pins so that we can turn it on or off. So first of all, we need to go from one of the digital pins. You don't need to use the one that has the squiggly sign. We will just use the pin to turn the LED on or off. So let's use the pin number 2. Then let's go to one of the points and let's connect the ohm resistor. Then I'm gonna use this LED. So if you don't know how to make this circuit, make sure to watch my previous video about it. And finally, we need to go back to the ground. So we have these two pins and it's labeled G and D. We could use one of these, or you could create a ground rail. Once you've made the connections, let's go back to the code. So we are going to use the if statement to turn the LED on when the voltage is above 5 volts. And to do that, first of all, we need to add another variable, and it's the LED pin. So I'm gonna call it LED pin, which is number 2. Then under the setup function, we need to use this pin as an output using pin mode. We give it the pin number, which is LED pin. Then we add the keyword output. And under the loop function, so each time we are going to use the if statement. Basically, we write the if keyword, and in these parentheses, we write the condition. So if the voltage is greater than 5 volts, using voltage greater than 4, then we open and close these curly braces. So all what we write under here is gonna be executed when the voltage is greater than 4. So for example, let's turn on the LED using digital write. I'm gonna pass in the LED pin, and to turn it on, we pass in the high keyword. And that's how we write if statements, but this is just one form. It will just check if the voltage is greater than 4, then it's going to turn the LED on. But we can check if the voltage is less than 4 volts, we can turn off the LED. So you could create another if statement like this one, using if voltage is less than 4 or less or equal to. In such case, we can turn off the LED using digital write LED pin low. So this is gonna work, but we have another option. We could use the if else statement. In fact, we can check if the voltage is greater than 4, then we can turn on the LED. Otherwise, which is else, then open and close these curly braces. So if the voltage is not greater than 4, that means it's less or equal to 4, we can turn off the LED using digital write LED pin, and we turn it off using the low keyword. But I made a mistake, so you see this is not orange. Now let's save the sketch and upload the code to check if it's working. And let's open up the serial monitor. So for now the voltage is less than 4 volts, and as you can see the LED is turned off. And let's rotate this knob. So when the voltage is above 4, like in this case, the LED is turned on. And if we rotate this knob a bit, as you can see it's turned off. So that's how we use if statements. We're going to use it in so many projects later on. In some cases we are going to check if the temperature is greater than a certain value, then we can turn on the fan. Or if it's less than a certain value, we can turn off the fan. In this case we are controlling the LED. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question or comment, make sure to write it under the comment section down below. Also make sure to smash that subscribe button and the bell icon as well. And I will see you in the next one.